Thank you for such a warm welcome. And I want to start by saying, wow, I get the honour of speaking at lots of tourism events, but everything I've heard so far shows just why, even in such a short time, Worcester is really making people talk about all of the exciting things to come and do here. So it's a pleasure to add my spin on tourism and how you can maybe think a little bit differently about your visitor attraction experience, hotel, restaurant, or come and be a pub landlord for a day, which I also very much would like to do. Who am I? I'm Catherine. I help visitor attractions and experiences, tourist boards and connectivity partners to assess every single touch point that your customers are judging you on. So uncovering those gaps, those opportunities, the bits that you're maybe just not noticing because you're so busy operationally running your business. If you want to talk to me, I'll be here until we all brave the frosty day again. You can connect with me on LinkedIn as well. I'm going to start by hopefully not losing friends, but by sharing an unpopular opinion. 80% of tourism brands are spending 90% of their time on marketing that is a little bit boring. Okay, hands up. No, not yet. Come on, right at the front as well. How many people are excited and motivated by the way they're marketing their business? Put your hands up if you're excited and motivated. Okay, we're going to do a really scientific poll. Okay, so keep your hands up if you feel like that. Let's see, keep your hands up. No, we're still going. It's not 73. Keep your hands up. I don't think it's 46 either. I think it's probably more like 20%. It might even be 10. So what do we do about that? This is us at the moment, with a cat going, customers, please, notice me, see what I'm doing, see my new tour, see my new heritage thing. It's flipping hard work, isn't it? Whereas actually, it would be far nicer, far easier we had this kind of relationship with our customers, and our customers were like, oh my gosh, this experience is amazing. I'm going to tell everyone. I'm going to bring new friends. I'm going to plaster it all over my social media. Keep doing that. It's amazing. But it's not always the case, is it? So we are going to talk about how to create footfall from audiences and new audiences. And there's already been a little bit of talk of that today. How do we reach those markets that we're maybe not reaching, the younger ones primarily? Who's visited York Ghost Merchants? Nobody. A 1, 2, 3. Is it amazing? It's super cute. You can go in, you can buy a tiny little ceramic ghost in a million different colours for £9. However, a couple of years ago, nobody knew about it. Prime position in the shambles in York, but nobody knew really. It was just another ghost shop in York, of which there are many. But it went mental on TikTok. One person from wherever they came from said, this is the best ghost experience in the world. You can go and buy the cutest Instagrammable ghost from this little shop. And within days, they had 2-hour queues around the block. They had to hire ghost managers to manage and entertain the queue. Has anyone got this kind of viral sensation on their hands? Come on, we must, everyone's got one of them in their back pocket, surely. I can see a hand. Don't spoil it for me, I was expecting none. Okay, so, if we haven't got a ghost shop on our hand, there is still things we can do to be relevant. And that is as simple as capitalising on things people are talking about now. What's important to people now? What are they following online? Especially when we're talking about Gen Z. And even we go one stage younger and we go Gen Alpha, which is kind of the young teens coming up to teens. they're influencing our purchasing decisions hugely when it comes to travel, days out, experiences, trips, how we spend our leisure time and our leisure pound. So we've got to be more relevant. My God, as a 1980s deprived child, did I want this house so badly, so badly. You can go and stay in this house on Airbnb. Now, love or hate Airbnb, we hate them for taking all of our experiences offline, but that's a conversation for another day. They are the masters of being relevant. You can go and stay in the Barbie house. You can go and stay in Kevin McAllister's house. You can stay in a converted airship, tree house, castle. They are the absolute masters of being relevant. Has anyone got a Barbie house? No. Good, because that fits with my narrative perfectly. So social trends, I'm not suggesting you kind of create an upside down under your farm park, but what is it about your brand that you can tie into things people are talking about and interested in right now? Stranger Things, Traitors, Love Island, what are people watching at the moment? What are you binge watching? Got no Bake Off at the moment. What are we watching? Definitely Traitors. I am not one to tell you to shoehorn your business into a brand proposition. What I am asking you to do is think about your audience, your attraction or experience, your business, and what those people are talking about now. What are they bookmarking? What are they looking for? What are their kids saying? Mum, there's a Minecraft experience, we have to go. What makes you that have to go? Protein, we're all talking about protein. If we move away from kind of what we're watching, it's January. Joe Wicks is back on the telly. They've even rolled out Jamie Oliver again. That's how desperate they are to help us lose weight without fat jabs. Everyone's talking about protein and how much of it we don't eat. And K-pop Demon Hunters. My kids made me watch that. It's so flipping good. I would actually watch it a second time. And I know farm parks who are bringing in K-pop inspired experiences. Toddlers are watching K-pop cartoons. They're adapting their whole kind of young toddle time type events to what other people are talking about. Next, how to use reviews to aid your brand. I love everything about Channel 4's marketing. They created a youth group to understand how they made themselves more relatable to Gen Z. And they asked Gen Z to complete the sentence, Channel 4 is. And this is what they said. And then Channel 4 promptly used this as their marketing strategy to try and engage that audience. I mean, it's easy, it's genius, isn't it? Who's scared, and you're allowed to put your hands up this time, who is scared of getting a bad review? I think we all are, aren't we? Who actively replies to negative reviews and uses them as a positive PR opportunity? You guys, go and find one of these, put your hands back up, go and find one of these people, look around you, who's got their hands up at the moment, and ask them what they did. And ask them to give you the benefits of doing that, because the people who aren't responding to reviews because you have a policy of not engaging are missing a massive opportunity. I'm working with an attraction in London at the moment called the Museum of Homelessness. If you haven't been, they've got a show coming up this year. It is incredible. It's a very profound experience. They have glowing 5-star reviews, unanimously, apart from one 1-star review that says, it isn't even a museum. And that's a real challenge. But my God, am I going to help them use that to their advantage in their marketing? Because that opens up an incredible conversation. What is a museum? What does a museum have to be? Alison talked about this shift in kind of read the plaque to touch the object. Museums are changing. So they have a huge opportunity to own that conversation, which I think is brilliant. So if ideas cost money and we haven't got very much of it at all, what do we do? So I've got 3 C's that can come for free, and I'm going to show you how. So consistency. Who are you? What do you do? Who for? What problem do you solve? And stick to it. One of the biggest challenges we have as marketers is being bored of our own content. We get that thing out on social media. It's taken us 3 weeks to do it, but finally, 9 a.m. Monday morning, we're like, today's the day. We are going to post the post. And it's taken us so long, so much effort to do that by the time it's gone, we're so bored of that content. We're so bored of that, come and see us because we've got a clown, that we don't do it again. And we might have reached one person. Because you remember that 95% of the audience that you're reaching with your content aren't actually in the market to buy at the moment. So of that 5%, you might reach one of them, and then you stop posting about that thing because you've done it and it's off your list, and thank God it's not your problem anymore. The tickets just need to sell themselves. So consistency. A brand love or hate, see my TikTok for argument with said brand, Ryanair, are ridiculously consistent with their proposition. They know who they are, they know what they do, they know who for. And their socials are actually genius. And we fly with them because we fully accept that it's probably the cheapest way of getting there. We're not even going to take carry on because it might be a centimetre too big. And by the way, if you want to know how to get your £75 back, I know. But they don't deviate from that. They've even suggested introducing standing seats that would be even cheaper. So you just kind of have to, like this, for your 2 hours to Alicante. If it costs you 20 quid, not 50 quid, you might do it. So consistency has cost you no money. All it's asking you to do is to have a very clear messaging hierarchy, key messages, and a very clear value proposition. If you want a bit of a framework to make that even easier, then either scan this if it's not too small, or come and speak to me afterwards, and I will send that to you on email. Second C, charisma. Have fun. My God. We are so scared of being cancelled and sued, and we've got some advice if we do get sued in the room, so that's fine. It doesn't matter anymore. According to a talk I listened to recently by Haribo, we are, 40% less funny than we were 20 years ago. That is tragic, isn't it? Why did we stop being funny? Like, humour doesn't have to be offensive, although I have got a slide coming up which might divide the room, we'll see. But use personality. Does anyone know about Thon hotels? My God, if you're not on TikTok, create an account just so you can follow these guys. They have absolutely mastered personal brand proposition, brand personality, having fun with your brand, standing out in an incredibly competitive market. If you don't love Yvonne, there is something seriously wrong with you, and you probably shouldn't be in leisure and hospitality. I want to know if that person exists. I want you to message me afterwards and say, it's not funny. Go and have a look. She's brilliant. Charisma with a capital C. I may have lied. This might not be totally free. If you are not creating short form video content, you should be. Get yourself a tripod like this one at the front, 15 quid off Amazon. Get yourself a Canva subscription, 99 quid for the year. And you have literally no excuse apart from, my staff don't like being on camera, my iPhone's got a cracked screen, all of those things that we use as excuses not to create content. Short form video content is the way to reach your audience. More people are using TikTok than they are Google to find their next day out. It's a search engine. It's not a tick in the box for social media anymore. It is how people are finding things to do. And finally, complete honesty. Own it, good or bad. If something doesn't work, be honest with your audience, with your customer. Be genuine, avoid jumping on the bandwagon for the sake of it might get us a few likes. Stick to your values, stick to your proposition, and do it properly. But don't do this. Who saw the trouble the Department of Education got in for their faux apology letter late last year? And then everyone started doing it, didn't they? This kind of, we're sorry, our product is having adverse effects in making people feel incredible. It's making people happier. And it's just really disingenuous. And it's a bandwagon. So don't do that. I'd also encourage you to seek out this David Neilman interview. It's quite old now. JetBlue had a massive crisis management situation where I think loads of flights were grounded and delays and people sleeping in airports, and it was horrendous. And unlike most CEOs of a company when something goes wrong, he did a totally unscripted press interview / apology. It's full of ums and ahs and hesitations and awkward bits and fumbling of words. Find it on YouTube, it's really easy to find. It's honest, it's far from perfect, and that's why it's brilliant. So if something does go wrong, don't make the response glossy. Keep it ugly and awkward. You've already bought your tripod. YouTube's free. No excuse to get out there and be genuine and authentic. This is the slide. So I'm just going to leave it up there to make people feel even more awkward. But there is a reason that I've inserted, actually probably the wrong verb to use for this slide. I've added this slide for your entertainment, is that every story has an understory. And the understory is what's actually happening below your carefully mapped out customer journey. So you know that thing you did once when you were doing your marketing, you were in a marketing era, and you were like, okay, we need a customer journey. And it was like, customer wants to go somewhere, customer Googles, customer finds the thing they want to do, customer books the thing to do. That's not what happens at all, is it? Customer wants to do something, but they're not sure what. They bounce backwards and forwards between Reddit, YouTube, TikTok, WhatsApp, Facebook groups. Like, it is very, very messy and fragmented. And that's why it's so difficult to get people's attention. This is what we think we're doing. We think we're doing SEO, optimizing for really important keywords and technical stuff, because we had our SEO era as well. GEO, which is the same as EIEIO. We're telling AI assistants that they should be recommending us, and we're training them, and we're encouraging all ChatGPT and Gemini and Claude and all of the other ones, Copilot, to make sure it's our attraction that people recommend. Content, I'm writing about stuff that people really like. I've got a blog. There's loads of good stuff on there. And social, I'm posting funny videos. That's not actually what we're doing. Let's go back to keeping it simple. We do this thing for these people for this benefit. And if you always force yourself to come back to that with your marketing and any other areas that you want to venture into this year, then it's all a lot easier. So Uber. We're not Uber-sized businesses. Uber say they're for people who eat food and go places. It's so simple. If we went back when Uber were figuring out how to take control of the world in their garage, then they probably would have said something like, we're for busy people who eat worldly fast food and go places not on public transport. So this is where we are at the moment. So how does that look for you? Who are you for, and what's the benefit? And this is where we get lazy with that marketing. We use all these tactics that a book told us we should be using to convince people, to trick people into buying from us. FOMO. If you don't come to this farm park, you're going to be bloody miserable. The kids are going to hate you. Authority. A world-renowned psychologist said, if you don't spend 95% of your time outdoors, then you're going to die. Loss. It's only available today. Half-price tickets, 75% off or bog off, but only for today. Guilt. Look at these lovely white British middle-class parents who bought their families and have all got big smiles on their faces. An imitation. You must know what that's a takeoff of, because we're still singing the song as much as we hate it. Don't copy what Jet2 or anyone else are doing. Don't copy what your neighbour's doing or the guys down the street or the guys from the conference you went to last week. Find your thing and stick to it. But my God, the struggle is real, isn't it? It's so hard. It's still January. An employee of a client of mine, when she asked for a meeting last week, he said, "Oh, I'm sorry, I can't do meetings this week." She said, "Why not? We're back." "Oh no, I need this week to come to terms with January." And I think we're feeling a bit better than we did on the 5th, 6th, 7th, aren't we? But ultimately, it's still January. So how am I doing for time? Am I okay? I've got a couple of minutes. How to market to a trigger and not a struggle. So a struggle is very generic. A struggle is, what should we do in half term? We know it's coming, we don't plan anything, but it's not enough for us to take action. Whereas a trigger is, I've got 3 and 5-year-olds, they've got so much energy, they need to let it out. Or in my case, I've got 13 and 17-year-olds who would rather just be sat in their rooms with the door shut in the dark, playing games that probably are highly unsuitable, but I don't have the parenting energy or capacity to regulate. That's a trigger. How do you market to that? So rather than saying, we're the hidden gem of Worcestershire, I'm sorry, and those who know me and maybe seen me speak before know that hidden gem is my nemesis, it's generic. What does it even mean? Like, be specific. You've got so much incredible stuff, and I wrote so many notes in the intro about all of the stuff you're planning for this year. It's incredible. So bring it to life with real, actual words that will trigger someone to do something about it. And remember that we're competing with all sorts of weird and wonderful things. Everything has to be immersive now, doesn't it? Everything's bloody immersive. Oh, it's not going to play. That was a paint splatter room. Has anyone seen these? You can basically go into a room, wear a white suit and goggles, and throw paint at the walls. I mean, I'm well up for that. And also, if anyone has any kind of spare warehouses or sheds or garages, I mean, diversify. Just stick a splatter room in there. I think it's a brilliant idea. So the SEO, AEO, GEO, all the O's, this is what actually matters. This is what you should be doing. If you want to do a few things, and again, like everyone, I'll make slides available. FAQs are now the most important page on your website. Make them matter. It's not just, yes, you can park. Yes, it's wheelchair accessible. It's so much more. It's detailed, it's descriptive, it's in your customer's language. If you don't have an FAQ page, create one. If you do, give it a good old dust off, because I bet you haven't looked at it for way too long. Make your products, your tickets really simple. Don't have 27 different tickets because you want to be inclusive. That is not inclusive. That is the opposite to inclusive. That is a digital barrier to entry. Techie stuff, not my area. Find an SEO person, find a geek, and label content clearly. Events, tickets, geographical locations should be done in a technical special way that you shouldn't ask me about. Context, especially for AI optimization, as a couple of people have already said, AI engines are looking at TripAdvisor, they're looking at Google, they're looking for social proof that they are safe enough to recommend you. So if you don't ask your customers to review you, why not? I went to 16 visitor attractions in 5 days last October, and only one of them asked me for a review. One. Like, everybody should be asking for reviews and speaking to their customers. What did you enjoy? What was different? What was unexpected? What was good? Please, can we have a review? If you don't ask, people don't bother. Why would you? We haven't got time. Intent. Understand what people are looking for. So intent as a signal is making sure that you are the answer to the question. Yes, we have indoor spaces. We even loan out umbrellas. Yes, we're suitable for toddlers. There's a place you can park your pushchair. We even heat up baby bottles. Wherever that is, whether that's through your customer service team, your social media, or FAQs, make sure the intent is clear. And accuracy. Isn't it frustrating when you go to buy something and there's 2 different ticket prices for the same ticket, or the opening times are different on Google to they are on your website? Do a bit of housekeeping. But we're still all running around going, oh my God, there's too much to do. There's all this stuff. She's so smart. But we're not going to do any of it because we have day jobs. We have operational stuff to do. We have to make sure the doors are open, that customers are coming in and they're happy. So if you do nothing else, I would love you to do these 3 things. Your homepage, your welcome message, what problem are you solving? It's more than welcome to Worcestershire. It's more than the fact that you're a hidden gem. Make reviews a massive part of your strategy. Ask people for the review. And referrals, make your products tickets really easy to refer. Get the family ticket. Honestly, you'll spend all day there. It's absolutely brilliant. You're going to want to go back, or you're going to want to upgrade to the family annual membership. Make it really easy for people to refer and recommend. And have fun doing it, because going back to that slide where I said 90% of marketing is boring, in this phase that you're in where you're beyond this billion, you have to do so much more than blending in. We're going to do questions later. I like really difficult questions. I like to be put on the spot. I've brought with me 3 very snazzy A3 calendars so that you can get in prime organisation level for your marketing for this year. I would love to give those out to the people that ask the best questions, or the people that ask questions, because 3 is ambitious anyway. Thank you so much. You've been a wonderful audience. Thank you for having me, and I look forward to your questions in a bit. Thank you.